Students, hope everyone is doing good. In this session you are going to see the explanation for the exercise 5.1 questions about class 12th mathematics, chapter 5, exercise 5.51 related to continuity and differentiability questions. The exercise 5.1 all about continuity. In the previous video you have seen what is a continuous function when a given function is continuous at a point in the given interval. I was explained you very clearly with taking some examples. In the previous notes also I was given few examples and I was explained you, so try to go through them before watching this video. And now we see exercise 5.1. The first question is they gave us f of x is equal to 2x square minus 1, and they are asking us to check the continuity of the function at x is equal to 3. At where? At x is equal to 3. That is the reason first you find out the limit extends to 3 f of x, the value we get it 17. Same way you find out the f of 3 value, we get it 17. So according to the definition 1, this happens. So when limit extends to 3 f of x is equal to f of 3, then you can say that the function is continuous at x is equal to 3. That way you can explain it. Second question, with the help of definition 1 easily you can explain. Next one, the second question is third C, it is like other questions you can do same way like our first question we did it. Third C, f of x is given x square minus 25 by x plus 5, and the limit at x is equal to minus 5 we take it and we check it. Because they gave x not equal to minus 5, so you have to take this function. So when I do checking, then if x is equal to minus 5, then x not equal to minus 5, I am getting minus 10. But what happened, f of minus 5 anyway does not exist. That is why they gave us x not equal to minus 5 in the questions. Please look at the textbook while doing the problem, while listening to this problem. Okay. But what happened here, when you take x square minus 25 by x plus 5, factorize it, then x plus 5 cancel, then you get x minus 5, the value is minus 10. But f of minus 5 directly substitute, directly x is equal to minus 5. If you substitute in this one, what happened? You get 0 by 0. What you get? 0 by 0, which is not defined. So that is the reason f of minus 5 does not exist. Anyway, x is not equal to minus 5 is given. So we understood that at x is equal to minus 5, this function is not continuous. At x is equal to minus 5, this function is not continuous. So that's the reason. Otherwise, what happened? It is continuous in set of real numbers other than minus 5. This is minus 5. Okay, so this function is, as I discussed, the continuity of this function means this function is continuous everywhere. This function is continuous everywhere except at x is equal to minus 5. Right, next. The other question is f of x is given like 2x plus 3 when x is less than or equal to 2, 2x minus 3 when x is greater than 2. That meaning is like left hand limit means less than 2, right hand limit means greater than 2. At x is equal to 2, you check the left hand limit and right hand limit, both of them you check them. Then what happened, you see at x is equal to the left hand limit 7 we get, and the right hand limit we get 1. So both are not equal. So we can say that LHL is not equal to RHL. The given function is discontinuous at x is equal to 2. So to try to understand, 2 minus means it is just less than 2. It is approximately 1.9999. It is not minus 2. 2 minus, if it is 2 minus means, what do you understand? It is not a negative 2. 2 minus means just less than 2. It is 2 minus some lesser quantity you are subtracting. That means 2 minus h means it is 2.9999, like that you have to take it. Is sort of 2.9, 1 point, sorry, 1 point. Okay, so that is the reason. Try to understand the meaning of 2 minus. 2 minus means it is not minus 2. It is a blunder. 2 minus means what? It is 1.9999. How many nines we write? That many nines. 1.999 and so on. Okay, so for this problem we clearly understood LHL is not equal to RHL, hence the given function is discontinuous at x is equal to 2. The next question, seventh question, same like above, x is equal to minus 3, x is equal to 3, you check, same like the above, check. For the eighth question, if you see that the given that f of x is equal to modulus x by f of x is equal to modulus x by x when x not equal to 0, 0 when x is equal to 0. So first to redefine this one. Redefine this one means when x less than 0, we know very well mod x is minus x. when x is greater than 0, mod x is plus x. So accordingly simplification you do minus 1 plus 1 0. That means left hand limit at 0 will be minus 1, right hand limit at 0 will be plus 1, but the value of the function at x is equal to 0 is 0. Hope this one understood, because it is very clear left hand limit is not equal to right hand limit, even though we will do the problem with the consecutive steps. Look, so left hand limit is minus 1, right hand limit is plus 1, f of 0 is 0. There is no comparison at all, so you can say that directly the given function is not continuous at x is equal to 0. Similar way, ninth question, at x is equal to 0 you can try 0 minus f of x is x by mod x, which is 0 minus means what actually? 0 minus means it is just a negative number, so mod x must be written as minus x. Mod x must be written as minus x, so x by minus x is equal to minus 1. But at 0 plus, look at the textbook very carefully. At 0 plus x greater than 0, the given value of the function is minus 1. So it is f of x is equal to minus 1. So f of 0 is also minus 1, because they said x greater than or equal to 0, the value is minus 1. They gave you like this. So f of 0 is minus 1. From this very clearly understood that the given function is continuous at x is equal to 0. Similar way you can discuss other problems, discontinuity or continuity at the given point. So if they don't give the points, the intervals will be given like this, you can take them. Okay, same way the 17th question is the given, they are asking us to find the relation between a and b if this function is continuous at x is equal to 3. So since they gave us directly the given function is continuous at x is equal to 3, take LHL is equal to RHL. That means 3 minus f of x and 3 plus f of x are equal. 3 minus means this function you have to take ax plus 1. 3 plus means you have to take bx plus 3. After taking directly x is equal to 3, substitute in this. Directly x is equal to 3, you can substitute in these values, this and this. Okay, then you get 3a plus, then you get 3a plus 1 is equal to 3b plus 3. So a minus b is 2 by 3, a is equal to b plus 2 by 3 is the relation between a and b, right? Similarly, the 18th question is f of x is equal to lambda times x square minus 2x and 4x plus 1, according to that x less than or equal to 0 and x greater than 0. That means left hand limit of 0, right hand limit of 0, two different functions are given. So at 0, if you check what happened, left hand limit you get 0, right hand limit you get 1. They are not equal. Since they are not equal, 0 and 1 are not equal, so you can say the given function is not continuous at x is equal to 0. But at x is equal to 1 means, I take only 1 is greater than 0, I take only this function 4x plus 1. So before or after of 1, less than 1 or greater than 1, we take 4x plus 1 only, 4x plus 1 only. So the given function is continuous, because polynomial function is always continuous. So 4x plus 1 is continuous everywhere. So at x is equal to 1 is also 4x plus 1 is continuous. Now greatest integer function involving function f of g of x is equal to x minus step x. They are asking us to prove that this function is discontinuous at all integral points. Means at x is equal to, if you take an integer, c is an integer if you take, so we have to prove this is LHL in RHL not equal to, LHL and RHL are not equal when x is equal to c. We have to prove, see, I am finding LHL at x is equal to c. It is x minus step x, it is c minus minus c minus. C minus means what? Just less than c, so it will go to c minus 1. For example, step of 2 minus means it is step of 1.999 and so on like this. 1.99 ka greatest integer is 1 only. That is the reason 2 means 1 I am getting. C means c minus 1, we get it. So after simplification, we get it, left hand limit is 1 and right hand limit is 0. Left hand limit is 1, right hand limit is 0. LHL is not equal to RHL, so the given function is not continuous at x is equal to c, where c is an integer, therefore hence proved. Similar way, the other question, 24th question, x is equal to 0, limit extends to 0, f of x, x square into sine 1 by x. X square, x is equal to 0, extends to 0 means x square is 0. Any value between minus 1 and 1, because sine value, sine, the domain range of sine 1 is, sine x, sine theta is minus 1 comma plus 1, range of sine theta. So you can take minus 1 comma plus 1 interval. So any value between minus 1 and 1 into 0 will be always 0. Therefore f of, and also given that f of 0 is 0 in the given function, so the given function is continuous at x is equal to 0. CONT means continuous. Okay, similar way they are asking, this is very important question, like this models of finding relation between a and b. Before one problem, before that one problem we did relation between a and b, this kind of questions, and finding the value of k. These kind of problems are bit of important questions. Find the value of k. since this function is given continuous at x is equal to pi by 2, they told it is continuous. Look at the textbook, you clearly understand that this given function is continuous at x is equal to pi by 2. So I am finding limit x tends to pi by 2 f of x value. I just converted into h tends to 0, and then I am taking x is equal to pi by 2 minus h, because when x is equal to pi by 2, if you substitute h is equal to 0, when I substitute x value pi by 2, see h is equal to 0 means x value pi by 2. So limit h tends to 0, this way I am following. So if you follow this way, what happened, you just look at the question, k cos x by pi minus 2x becomes k cos pi by 2 minus h by pi minus 2 into pi by 2 minus h. What happened here, h tends to 0 means I am taking instead of x pi by 2 minus h, instead of x what I am taking pi by 2 minus h. As x tends to 0, what happened, x tends to pi by 2, as x tends to pi by 2 x is means h value will be 0. That is the reason h tends to 0 was taken here. So then after simplification we get k sin h by 2h, k by 2 will be here, k and 2 we take out, sin h by h is 1, standard limit, it is k by 2 answer. But they given that in the question f of pi by 2 is, f of pi by 2 is 3, so k by 2 is equal to 3, therefore k is equal to 6 is the answer. This question f of x is equal to, 30th question very important, f of x is equal to 5x less than or equal to 2, ax plus b when 2 in between 2 and 10, 21 when it is more than or equal to 10. That means at x is equal to 2 and 10 you have to find out LHL and RHL. At the 2 points you will have to take the relations of LHL and RHL. At x is equal to 2, left hand limit equal to right hand limit. At x is equal to 10, left hand limit is equal to right hand limit. You take then first at x is equal to 2, take left hand limit is equal to right hand limit. At x is equal to 2, left hand limit is 5, right hand limit is ax plus b. So substitute x is equal to 2 in this. So 5 equal to 2a plus b, name it as 1. Next, at x is equal to 10, at x is equal to 10, LHL is equal to RHL. Same way you did it, one more relation will come. 1 and 2 will be there now. You solve 1 and 2, then you get a and b values. It is very easy to understand. So the solution also very clearly explained and written over there. So try to understand. 31st question. F of x is equal to cos x square. Since the domain of cos theta is real numbers, this will be continuous everywhere, remember, because cos graph you have seen or not I do not know. Cos graph will be like this, it is continuous, right? So the graph of cos function is like this, at 0 cos x value is 1, like this the cos x graph, it is continuous everywhere. So cos x is continuous everywhere, so cos x square also continuous everywhere. But how to prove it? Take x is equal to theta first and find out x tends to theta f of x. So you get cos theta square, f of theta also cos theta square. Therefore the given function is continuous in R. So similar way 32, 33, 34 also can be done. Remember modulus function is continuous everywhere. So because modulus graph will be like this, V-shaped graph will be there. It is continuous, I can draw continuously, right? Can we draw or not? Check here, see, we can draw continuously modulus function without lifting the pencil. So next concept is differentiability. It is very easy to understand the differentiability of a function at a point. A function f of x is said to be differentiable at x is equal to c. You will have to find out two limits like first principle in 11th standard. Limit h tends to 0, f of c plus h minus f of c by h is equal to limit h tends to 0, f of c minus h minus f of c by minus h. These two are the first principle formulas in 11th standard. If these two leads to same answer, these two leads to this LHD and RHD. This is RHD actually, this is LHD. RHD and LHD leads to same answer, then you can say that the given function is differentiable at x is equal to c. The given function is differentiable at x is equal to c, okay. So what is the important thing here? LHD and RHD are important. Those two need to be found, those limits must be evaluated. Those two are equal, the given function is differentiable at x is equal to c, you can say that, okay. LHD means left hand derivative, RHD means right hand derivative. So remember, these are the important points, very important for objective. Every differentiable function must be continuous. That means if a continuous function, if you take only, you have to check about its differentiability. Every continuous function need not to be differentiable. If the function is continuous, one example I can say for this one, modulus x is there. This is continuous but not differentiable. Very good example, very good example for this is, remember, for this one very good example, mod x is continuous but not differentiable, okay. Next also first point states that every differentiable function is continuous, every differentiable function is continuous, must be continuous. Third point states that If a function is not continuous, then it is not differentiable at the values of x where it is continuous. If the function is not continuous, you don't need to worry about the differentiability of that function. Remember, if it is not continuous though they are asking differentiability, you directly say that the given function is not differentiable. That's all. Okay. Next example. Prove that f of x is equal to mod x plus 1 is not differentiable at x is equal to minus 1. We know very well the modulus function is continuous everywhere. That's why it is continuous at x is equal to minus 1 also. Now let me check at left hand derivative. Left hand derivative at x is equal to minus 1 is c minus h minus f of c by minus h. This formula we use it. C means minus 1, you take it. Okay. Then you substitute the values to get the values. Then you get finally minus 1. Similarly, RHD also you do find out c plus h minus f of c by h. So substitute that c means minus 1 here also again. Then you get the value is h by h is 1. So from there and here you can understand that here you got minus 1, here you got plus 1. Both are not equal. LHD is not equal to RHD since the given function is not differentiable at x is equal to minus 1. Similar way, they are telling that find the values of a and b if f of x is equal to ax plus bx less than 1, 5x x greater than or equal to 1 is differentiable at x is equal to 1. You know very well every differentiable function is continuous. Every differentiable function is continuous. So it is continuous at x is equal to 1. Since they said that it is differentiable at x is equal to 1, so it is continuous at x is equal to 1. So continuous means left hand limit is equal to right hand limit. Use the formula to find out the values. So left hand limit extends to 1 minus means we have to use extends to 1 minus means I have to use this. So a into 1 plus b. 1 plus means I have to use this 5. So a plus b is equal to 5. B is equal to 5 minus a is the relation I got. So if it is continuous, I could only take the relation between a and b here. If it is differentiable, I must be able to find out the values of a and b also. So since they said it is differentiable, so LHD is equal to RHD. Using the formulas, you get the relation. Finally, you try to understand all the steps. You get a is equal to 5, b is equal to 0. Right? Hope you understand it. So try to go through it. So next time onwards, I may start the classes through Google Meet. Please students, everyone download the Google Meet and try to join the classes in my Google Meet. Okay, then more understanding will happen over there. So anyway, I will be posting you the notes over there. Try to understand the notes. Please put the doubts whenever you get. Immediately I will clarify. I'll try to clarify the doubts immediately. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.